What's going on, guys? V Premier today. Today we're going to be doing a completely different video. So we're going to be showing some Sova arrows on Haven real quick. I have a few of them. Just want to get out there for a few people who want to know some Sova tips and tricks. This is going to be the video for you. So let's hop right into it. First of all, I want to go ahead and explain, kind of like a few YouTubers have done. I agree with them. Not a lot of people do. But rather than using these two middle lines as charges, I don't use those. So one charge I would say is halfway through, right? Two charges I would say is halfway through the second one. Three charges is halfway through the third one. And four charge or full charge is obviously full charge. So now that we got that out of the way, we can go ahead and talk about our first arrow. So the first one's going to go ahead and be, you back in this corner at C. You see the tip of the tree. No bounce. Aim at the tip of the tree. Two charge it. And I know Ghost is going to be laggy, but what that's going to do for you is put it right there. So that way, the only way you can stay away from it is right there, or if you crouch behind that box. Anything here will be seen, anything here will be seen, anything over here, maybe behind that box you won't, but that's about it. You basically clear the whole site with that. So let's go ahead and see it one more time. And yeah, Ghost always does this. I don't know why it does that, but go to the tip of the tree and then two charge it. And then boom, right in the edge of the house. These all will take a couple try practices. Some of them will be a little bit harder, some will be a little bit easier, but that's the first one. Moving on to the second arrow. Alright, so arrow 2 for site C, what you're going to do is back all the way in this left corner, and then this is also going to be a zero bounce. Crouch down, and then that little corner right there, that I'm circling, is where you're going to want to aim. So pull out your arrow, crouch, and full charge it.
Scanning ahead.
And then once you do that, it'll go right up here, and you basically have full sight covered. If you can practice it and get it down to the tip of that, you will have the entire site covered. But you know, that's after a few practice tries and whatnot. So once again, do it one more time. Come here, crouch, maybe scoot a little bit to the left, full charge it, and then boom, you have basically full C site covered. So moving on to arrow 3. Okay, so for the third dart, what you're going to do is you're going to come over here to this line that goes around in this little dust pad. Line yourself up with it, with the box. Pull out your arrow, and I'll circle it right now. You have to meet halfway up that little log part on the roof on the left side of the bar, what I've circled, and then you're going to two charge it. So just like that. And you should be able to peek. Yep, there you go. If they're pushing out like this right here, you'll be able to get that dart right there. That probably wasn't the best dart I've had, but obviously that's not an easy shoot for them. They're gonna have to flick all the way up there to that tree. That's a very tricky dart. Obviously, as you could tell, I still sometimes don't land it. Maybe if you try and push yourself just a teensy bit to the left of this line. Actually, no. We're gonna scoot a little bit, yeah, to the left of this line this way. We're gonna go halfway up and two charge it. See if that does anything different. No, that one's a lot worse. But anyways, you get the gist of it. Moving on to arrow 4. So arrow number 4 is pretty simple. If you're trying to get some mid control on this side of the game, scoot just a little bit, you know, back from this door frame. It doesn't really matter how far, how close. Just try and keep it a little bit of a distance. So just this half of this gold circle, go right below it. One bounce, full charge. Let it go, and then it should bounce right up here. Now let's say people are pushing mid, boom, they get scanned. If they push through like a smoke here, if someone has a smoke right here, and they push through and they don't know, then they'll get scanned right by that dart. It's gonna land right about there. It's gonna land anywhere around there. So that's a good mid push dart. We're gonna go ahead and show that one more time. So I'm gonna come up right here, one bounce, right below the gold circle, full charge, and boom, should cover mid pretty clearly. Obviously, if you have someone pushing on this wall, it's gonna be a little bit difficult, and they'll be able to just back up. But then again, they're gonna be focused on that rather than mid window. Or if you have someone in cubby watching mid window, you still gotta be careful there. But if they're pushing straight through here, right here, and the dart is already up on the wall, if there's no smoke right here, they're gonna get seen. So that's arrow number 4. Moving on to number 5. So arrow number 5 is pretty simple. It's from this door frame again. It's gonna be going to garage. Say we have a Sage, and they're trying to play an eco round. Let's say they lost a pistol round. I'll have Sage slow that window. If we don't have a Sage, it's alright. I'll just instantly come over here, crouch, and if you can just full charge it right there. It's pretty difficult to shoot down. Let's say you're peeking from window, because you know you're in here. Then you have to flick all the way up here, and then you have to flick all the way back down to the door. So it's a pretty difficult flick if you're trying to block it. So let's go over one more time. So you're gonna come over here, instant jump, crouch, full charge it, or at least get it through there. You probably don't have to full charge it. Just get it through, just like that. Get your peaks. It will show behind the box if you can get it far enough to the right. So kind of just like this right here. Boom. You will get basically a vision of the whole room. If you can get it perfectly in the middle like I did my first time, you'll be able to peek this side and this side of the box. No one can hide there or here. It'll get this whole room. The only way they can hide is back there and possibly back in this right corner. But that's about it. So that's arrow number 5. Moving on to number 6. And arrow number 6, so basically there's not really anything special you can do for B site if you're trying to clear B site. So if you hear movement to the left side, I would say just get over here, crouch down, full boost it all the way up on that top wall, because they have to flick all the way up and then back to mid window. Or same thing on the right side. If you hear footsteps to the right side, just do the same thing, kind of line it up right there, get it up as high as you can, because then if they're pushing through here, they're gonna have to go like that and then re-peek. So they have a lot of room to mess up. So easily just a little 1-2 bam, or a 1-2 bam, no bounces, gets both sides of the B side. That's about it what you can do for B side. There's not much you can do. So moving on to number 7. Alright, so number 7, basically if you want to retake B, you're gonna come in this corner right here, and let's say you got a halfway mark up this thing, right? So you got that thing split in half. You're gonna back in this little corner right here, 2 bounce it, and like right below you're gonna wanna, it's gonna be about right here. So 2 bounce it, full charge, and what it's gonna do is pop right up there. So basically if you want to retake it and push in, and you think someone's going like right here maybe, or someone's right here, or even if someone, because like it's up there, so they can even like right here, or possibly if you get it high enough right here, if people are holding, you're good. But you got to be careful if people are right here, because all they got to do is walk around the corner and peek you. But one more time, I'm going to go ahead and show you. So you back in this corner, crouch, double bounce it, go below halfway. It's going to be right about here where you see that little divot in the wood right there, and then right there. So you're going to go right in the middle of it, full charge, double bounce, 1-2, and it goes right up there. So that's arrow number 7. So we're going to be moving on to arrow number 8. So moving on to number 8, so let's say you get control over mid. Somehow you get through this window and you shoot a dart right here to see if someone's coming from right here. All they got to do is flick up, shoot that dart, and flick back down like that right there. So just something real easy. Instead of throwing a dart right there and they come around and peeking, and they've probably already shot the dart down, what you can do is try and aim it up a little bit. So if you do want to peek this way, they have to flick a lot higher up to shoot the dart. Or what you can also do is still shoot it up high like that, and then this whole wall right here, you can wall bang. So if you have the dart and they're trying to rotate, you'll basically see them behind this wall the entire time. So shoot this dart up here, and then get ready, spray wherever they are. You can even get down to CT like that right there. That's an easy, simple dart just to help you out a little bit. So moving on to dart number 9. So real quick, arrow number 9, so it's going to be a shock dart. So let's say you're defending A, you're on B site, you hear someone trying to plant A. So what you're going to do is you're going to come into this barrel, back right into this corner as much as you can. Then you're going to line the A and the R up with charge in the middle of this wire, with your right side of your shock bar that I'm circling right now touching that wall right here. So basically you're going to do that with A and R lined up to the cable wire, or like the light wire up there, I guess you could say. And all you do is you just real quick click it, and then it should just drop down right there. So that's if they're planting front side. Of course they're not always going to be planting front side, but if they are, then you got it. So no bounces, line it up right there like this. I'm gonna drop it down just a little bit, and then just tap it, and you're golden. So basically just do 2 of those darts back to back, and it'll be 2 darts, just right there on him. Of course he's gonna have time to probably run away from the second one, but maybe he's not guessing for a second one. So you just 1, 2, and then you have a second one laying right on top of it. So that's arrow number 9. Moving on to arrow number 10. So arrow number 10 is going to be a little bit of a tricky one, but after a few tries you got it. Come up on this box, and all you want to do is no bounce it, full charge, but line your crosshair up with the edge of this wall, like the very furthest part of the edge that you can. Then at the top of your jump, just let it go. And then it'll be up there right on the corner. Literally will spot basically the entire site except for everything on this side of boxes, and maybe in the back right corner over here, but on top that box is covered. Right there is covered, covered, because it's higher than that box, so it'll see you in that corner. I guess the only, so back there in that right side part of hell, they probably can't see it, or you can't be seen by it. And like if you crouch down right here, maybe not, but basically you get the whole site. So you once again just come up on this box, full charge it, get right here. Try and scoot a little bit to the left on the box, because then you'll get further on the wall. So then you just line it up with that edge, like I said. Then at the top of your jump, let go, and boom, it should land right there. So just a quick, simple retake on A for the full site to be covered, basically. Moving on to arrow number 11. So another retake error. So this is something that a lot of people don't know. With heavy penetration weapons, you can shoot through this heaven floor right here down to hell. So like Odin, Ob, Sheriff, and Ares, all those heavy penetration weapons, you can shoot through this down to hell. So what you're going to do is you're just going to quietly walk, full charge, and just try and get it right there in the corner underneath this little roof, I guess you could say, right in the grass. Just try and blend it in just a little bit. Just like that right there. And you'll be able to see underneath heaven. So you can just shoot through that little floorboard down there, right there, and get your shots on for anyone that's underneath. Another one real quick, if you don't think there's anyone hell, just to get sight retake, hit it right on the edge of this little outside of the map part. Boom, just like that. It's hard to shoot down, but it covers a lot of this site. So if you're coming up in heaven, those are 2 retake arrows. Shoot one right there, shoot one right there on the edge of that thing. So moving on to the next arrow. So I got another sneaky one. It's for if you're defending A side again. So basically, if you're watching mid and you get a call out that they're coming A, or that you have a feeling they're coming A, so you're gonna come in here, line up right up against this corner of generator as much as you can. Now this one's a little tough. This is another high penetration arrow. So you're gonna line up, crouch, and then right here, where those 2 bars meet at the bottom of both windows, right there, you're gonna 1 bounce, full charge it, and what that will scan is right here. If someone's pushing out from right here, then you're good, and they'll scan them. And what you can do, so if you're using a high penetration weapon, like I was saying, you can take this and spray right through this, anywhere to the right of this door. So you can spray like anywhere like that. So once again, just come in here, line yourself right up with the corner of this generator, crouch, 1 bounce right at the bottom of these windows, just like that. It'll scan right there, and boom, right as they're pushing short or long, you go ahead and pick them off with a high penetration weapon through that wall. So let's say you're playing offensive side and you're trying to peek this long short angle right here. Real quick, what I do is I pull it out 1 bounce and I 1 charge it, so get it to that, like right before that first bar. So I'll 1 bounce it, come up like right here, shoot it in between these 2 roofs right here. So I'll be running, I'll do this right here, and then it'll bounce once. I did that with a shock charge, but you get the point of it. So I'll pull out my recon bolt, walk up, 1 tap. Make sure you have a bounce on it, though I didn't put a bounce on it, but basically it'll bounce right there, hit the wall right there. They'll be too focused on coming out and peeking us, so they won't shoot that. Or if they do shoot that, then they turn and you have the angle on them, the angle advantage. So 1 more time on it. So like I was saying, we're playing offensive side, get 1 bounce on them, peek it right over that, and boom, just like I said, they should bounce and hit that corner right there. They'll either, like I said, not shoot it, and you'll know exactly where they are, or they'll turn and shoot it. And while they're turning, you can go ahead and peek this corner right here. But obviously from a far distance, you want to peek it from like back here, so they have a little bit harder of a shot. So moving on to the next arrow. So moving on to our next arrow, it's a very difficult arrow. This is probably the hardest one on the list. So what you're going to do is you're going to come over here. Let's say we're on the offensive side. So you're going to make it to where this little bottom part and this top part come together as one, but just a hair off, and your crosshair can go in the middle of that, just barely like that. And then you're going to do is where this line is right here, where these windows meet these different windows, go straight up, and right in the middle of these two things, there's a middle line right there. Now go right in the middle of those two things, but down right just a little bit, and then 3 charge it. So right before it gets to full charge, and then you want to meet the 3 charge at the top of your jump. So you're gonna do.
Scanning ahead.
It's pretty difficult, but here, let me get one down for you guys, and I'll show you what I mean.
Revealing area.
So after you land it, it'll basically hit right there. Took me a little bit to land it. I'm still not good at it, but it'll land up there. So basically, if you have someone pushing CT, you know, right here, or watching this right here, or if you have someone out here like this right here watching long, then you got it. So basically, I'm gonna hit that one more time for you guys. So like I was saying, you want to come up here on boxes, right on the edge, do that right there, pull out your dart just a little bit bottom right of the middle part of that,
Revealing area.
and then boom, just like that. So I think I've got it now. A little bit difficult. I've only done it a couple times, maybe like 3 times in matches, but that's that arrow. Moving on to the next one. Alright guys, for the last arrow of this video, I probably lied. I think this might be the hardest arrow. So basically what you want to do is you have to do this, you have to practice this a few times to get the hang of it, because you have to one bounce full charge, but you have to know how your arrow is going to be shooting. There's not really anything you can line up to get it exactly perfect. I just try and go up with these leaves right here, full charge it, and just one bounce like that, but I don't want it to bounce to the side like that, so I'm going to go over to the right just a little bit, hit it in the corner hopefully.
Scanning ahead.
Nope, that's a little high. That's what I'm doing wrong here, so I'm going to drop it down just a little bit.
Revealing area.
And that's exactly what it should do right there. It'll come down to sight, and obviously, I mean, that's easy to shoot, but it's a quick, like if someone's holding up here, if someone's holding over here, if someone's even like, let's say the arrow's right there, you can still get seen like right here, and if they're holding long. So I'm gonna see if I can get it one more time for you guys. Definitely the hardest arrow. I'm still not good at that as well, but just try and line it up as best as you can. Get one bounce, full charge. See if we can do this one more time.
Revealing area.
Oh, here we go. This is gonna take forever.
Scanning ahead.
See if we can get that right there. Anyways, you get the gist of it. I'm not gonna hit it a second time, but it should bounce right off of this corner right here and drop right down in there like my last one did. But anyways, those are my Sova arrows for Haven. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a thumbs up, leave a subscribe. Makes me want to keep making the videos that I do. I know the last 2 were a little bit difficult to get, but once you get them down pat, they can definitely help you and your team out a lot, getting different amounts of kills and kill feeds and clearing sites and retaking sites and everything that you could think of. I hope you enjoyed my Haven tricks and tips with Sova. This has been V Primey. Peace.